So this is the offending part, I think. If the fuel injection is working okay on the Yanmar here, this is the actual exhaust manifold with its little nipple on there. So that just kind of screws in like so. I'll tell you what, getting this puppy off of there was incredibly difficult. Much pounding, much cussing, much sweating. Heating it, spraying, thread lubricant in there. I tell you what, but look at this. Ooh, isn't that nasty? And I soaked it for a couple days in vinegar, hoping it would break that up, but I mean, that is nasty. And look how blocked it is. It's like an artery on a fat pipe smoker. So, yeah, I think that's the culprit. We shall see. So, I'm smoking some of Ahmad's Autumn Evening on Steroids. It's half Perique and Autumn Evening, I presume. So it's he sent me a good amount of it too. Thanks, Ahmad. I appreciate that. So you're in Detroit, Ahmad, and sweltering from what I hear. Here, it's 65. It's sprinkling lightly. I don't know if you can hear it on the roof of the porch here. It's so different. So back to the Yanmar. So I ordered the whole assembly, the new exhaust manifold, the nipple, the, what do they call it? The, it's for the wet exhaust, where the water mixes with the exhaust in that U-shaped piece. And all out a nice 316 stainless. But it was supposed to arrive this morning, and it didn't, and it wasn't at the post office. So I called down there. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that part is back ordered. I have to have it. I leave on Sunday for the canoe journey, so and it's very important to me to do that. So they had everything except the actual manifold. So they're sending me that. It should be here tomorrow morning by overnight express. And we'll see if that fixes the problem. Because smoking an old, what's it say? Boy, it's so worn that you just can't even read it. Something RY space old imported briar. So a USA domestic made little pot there, little straight pot. So I was down in the bilge, and the guy on the dock, it's a liveaboard, older couple, and he's got this really magnificent wooden schooner, and it is perfect. So he walked by and he said, "How's that Yanmar coming?" And I said, "Well, my mechanically fearless friend Jim, bless his heart, what a guy actually, he got into the injection pump, but we still couldn't get it started. So, and he's not sure that there's fuel, it just mists up to the injectors. He wasn't sure if one of the cylinders was getting fuel. So I don't know, we'll see. But this guy with the schooner said, "Oh, that reminds me of a problem I had with the Yanmar, a bigger one on the boat he has now." He was down in San Francisco Bay, and Engine ran fine. It had been getting a little less powerful seeming. But, you know, who knows what that was. So the next morning he tried starting it, and it ran for about 20 seconds and then it died. And then he couldn't get it restarted. So he changed the filters, he bled the system, you know, the stuff we all do. Still couldn't get it started. So I think he had it towed, probably to Sausalito or somewhere, Richmond. And they went through it, oh my gosh, finally, they took off the exhaust manifold, the mixing elbow, and it was blocked. So it just, you know, we get so stuck on there's a problem with the fuel coming in, when in fact it could be that there's a brick wall there and it can't exhaust. And you know, the water was flowing fine, because where the water comes into that mixing elbow, it was pretty clear. So yeah, I thought since it was spewing water that the mixing elbow would be okay, but it was the all carbonized and you know, the half that is the exhaust from the engine. So we'll see. That may still not be it. If it isn't, boy, I'm in a rush to mount an outboard bracket on there. Oh my gosh. So anyway, it's kind of humid because of the rain, but really delightful. You almost need a jacket. So the East Coast and the Midwest is just going to broil. They're going to set new records. Oh my God, I was wanging on the thing trying to break it free. That nipple free from the mixing elbow. God dang it. So, anyway, might overcame right. But this is one of those cases where we have knowledge, right? We know something about something. First of all, we have information. And these days, it's just information that fire hoses at you. It could be the most mundane, irrelevant stuff, is the same intensity as golden nuggets of information, you know. So it's hard to sort through it and sift through it and pick it out. So that's information. Then, once you do the sifting, then you have knowledge, because you've sorted it, and oh, that's important, and that isn't. So now we're at the knowledge stage. And then you get to wisdom. And wisdom takes knowledge and provides maybe the best possible solution. To me, that is kind of what wisdom is. It's experience applied to knowledge equals results. So we're getting close to wisdom. And Jeff, the guy on the schooner who told me his Yanmar story, he has wisdom. Yeah, that was wisdom that he provided me. So thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. Now, if it isn't, I don't see how it couldn't be that. And since my eyes were open to the possibility of a blocked mixing elbow, exhaust elbow, there's a lot on the internet about it. I mean, you know, but there was nothing that I saw in the repair manual from Yanmar about it. So, and the fact that the water was spitting out the back, I thought, you know, that just isn't a concern. But I'll bet you that's what the problem is. So we'll see. Ahmad, that autumn evening on steroids is better than autumn evening, I'll say that. I kind of like the Latakia and sort of the Turkish Balkan elements of an English that makes it more interesting for me. So this is a little bit monotone. And you know how you can't really smell the room notes yourself if you're smoking? But I can kind of, I can detect a little of the maple. Now the real autumn evening, people say, "Oh, it smells like pancakes." Yeah, well, it does kind of. So anyway, we're getting there. We are getting there. Yes. So tomorrow, hopefully in the morning, we'll get that new mixing elbow and get her going, get it attached. It went on, or came off surprisingly easy. So hopefully it'll go on just as easy. But hopefully we'll have the purr, such as it is, excuse me, of a little 2-cylinder 700cc Yanmar diesel engine. I tell you what. So, anyway, that's that. Thank you, Ahmad, for the autumn evening. Yeah. Sent a good amount on steroids. So on a sad note, Danny Shore passed away, I believe in early July. And, you know, I don't allow myself a lot of YouTube time, especially pipe smoking videos. Since I got back into photography, I do more of that, but I'm sort of wearying of some of that too. And of course, there's always Russian dash cam videos. Who could ever get tired of that? You know. But so I don't watch a whole bunch of pipe smoking videos. Gribbly is great. Of course, matches. But yeah, Danny Shore, he was a real stalwart in the community. So I was sorry to see him go. And I would think his legacy, I don't know if he had kids, I don't know really much about him. You know, early on we did a little back and forth. But his videos are probably a great legacy. So hopefully he'll live on through those and keep providing people entertainment and knowledge and wisdom.